the city of New Orleans and all of its residents over the years, and our coverage of the NFL has brought us to it, Caesars Superdome. Blake Grupe out and ready to send this away. And we're underway in Caesars Superdome. From his own end zone, here we go. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Straight to the air is Richardson. Lamb's got it on the sideline. And he's going to be out of bounds just before reaching the 30.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm. But these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Here's Travis Etienne on the ground. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. He's going deep. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
Third and long for him here. Deep shot doesn't quite work out. That's an incomplete pass.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
And he'll take in the fair catch just above the 35. So no return on that punt. And the Saints will get set to take over. Markers reset, ball at the 37. And they send a man in motion. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. It was Andre Cisco who hauled him down there.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 now. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Complete out to the right side. And he'll get it up to the 44. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. Here comes the Saints punting unit. And he'll punt it away to end a disappointing opening drive. He punted a couple of times last week in their loss, and now gets this one away. Gets him out of the deep part of their half. This is out across the 20. This one returned for 11 yards. And it'll be Jaguars football. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's ETN to begin the drive. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Trying for the deep ball. Had the window to go deep, but just... And now it's 3rd down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Escapes the pocket. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. So they'll let the play stand, decline the penalty, and that's going to bring up 4th down. Jacksonville in punt formation. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. Got 44 yards on his first kick, Brock, and this one looks to be longer. He's got this at the 27. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And they're going to take over possession. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here he goes on the bootleg. He rolls to his right. Finds his man. It's Rashad Bateman. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
One play in, and already they're close to midfield. On first down, they'll run. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have second down and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Second and 3 now. First carry here for the rookie out of Texas A&M. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Second down now, 7 to go. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And this is down across the 30 before it stopped. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. They send the tight end in motion. The Saints calling for a timeout, they're first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Gonna keep this one and go. And that'll be enough for the first as they touch him down. Offense in the hurry up here.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
So through one, this game, more for you defensive maestros out there. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. Back to the Superdome of Caesar in just a bit. We're back for the second quarter. Saints in possession of the football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. The give now out of the shotgun. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield. Back who can show off his wheels.
He's got the hook up to Watkins. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Working quickly here.
A 4-yard gain brings up 2nd and goal.
He gets another shot here. And he's in for the touchdown. The Saints get the game's first points here in the second. Great groupie to try the extra point. And he sends the point after right through the uprights. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. From a couple yards deep, this is going to come out. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's Richardson. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Only took them 1 play, partner, and they've already made it to that 40-yard line. Richardson now on 1st and 10. He lets one fly deep downfield. Intercepted in the end zone. And the Saints have it as he records the first interception of his young career.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Along the right sideline, there's space. Hits the 20. There it is. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. To rock this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
And when things are going well, sometimes you really just get in a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Groupie adds the extra point. And the Saints double their lead to 14. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to him. We have a timeout here. Second one taken by New Orleans. They're down to their final one in this half. They're out and set. 1st and 10. They'll give this up the middle to ETN. Still motoring past the 30. And all the way up to the 42-yard line before he stopped. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down. Big shot to begin the drive, has them up beyond the 40. Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. 2nd and 8. This one finds Evan Ingram. And he'll go out of bounds after a pickup inside the opposing 40. He goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's a Jaguar first down. So we're at the 2-minute warning here from the Superdome. The Jaguars with the football. New set of downs for him at the 38. On 1st down, it's Richardson. That's complete to Ingram along the sideline.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns. He puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
From the 28. He's on the move. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. Pickup of 2 here. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down.
Trust. Kate, it is such a big part of playing the quarterback position. Yeah, you got to trust you can make the right reads in the passing game, but sometimes these little runs that just get that first down, it gains.
He's got it deep downfield. And this is caught. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars make it a one-score game before halftime. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown. Little tacks on the extra point. And the Jaguars chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Offense up to the line fast. Back-to-back carries here. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that first down. Throwing now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Second and 6 coming up here. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. Dumped off to his running back. And he's brought down for a loss. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. They'll send out the punting unit. First punt win 45 yards. This looks considerably further. And he's brought down before the return gets far. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And they'll have a chance to run one play before time expires. Here comes the final play of our first half. One final shot before halftime. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Putting a receiver in motion. first down. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
They give it to him again. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Throwing now on first down. Hits his running back. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And the Saints are going to have a first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Running it now out of the gun. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. As Andre Cisco will hold him down there. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Here's a throw. He fires one deep down the middle. Big gain downfield. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They're going to move the chains after a big play, 39 yards.
Just about every offense since the beginning of time, since the forward pass, Kate, has loved a tight end that can stretch the middle of the field. Man, I remember as a kid watching Kellen Winslow Sr. dice up right here between that.
And he gets it on the sneak. Touchdown! The Saints grow the lead coming out of halftime. Group B to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Saints double their lead to 14. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Returnable from the 1. And this drive will start inside the 25. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They send the tight end in motion left. Off the play fake. Here's Richardson. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Saints get it back after a marvelous defensive effort. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
It's the pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Another carry for him. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. They get 6 and a first down as well.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
Hand off to the up back. And he's going to run this down to the 36-yard line. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Yeah, I know you can read your partner right now, Kate. You know I'm smiling because that was a callback to the early days of football when fullbacks, not running backs, they were the one that led the ground game. He didn't stop at a yard or two, He ripped off a nice chunk for them right there.
Handoff on 2nd and short. He was descended upon quickly and dropped after looks like a yard gain. Tyson Campbell, the man on that tackle. Call it no gain, maybe 1 at best on that play. That leaves him with 3rd and 2.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
3rd and just 2 to go. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. Offense in the hurry up here. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Blown back gets the handoff. He finds space into the red zone. And he has this all the way down to the 14-yard line. Working quickly here.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
First down, and they go right back to it. And the nice gain is met by a punishing hit to bring it to a halt. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels, and right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
First and goal now as they try to pad this lead. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry. Offense up to the line fast.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
And he hauls it across for the New Orleans touchdown. The Saints have likely locked up the win right there. Group B to try the point after. Rush coming off the edge, and they block it!
You know, it really does, Kate. When you see that point blocked, it just deflates. You feel it. The whole sideline gets deflated. But I'll tell you what else it does. It puts a little seed of doubt and thought into your kicker and your special teams. And you hate that. You really do. You want those guys playing with as much confidence as your offense and defense is. So making sure you get your kicker right and that special teams unit right, that's going to be hugely important here down the road.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there, where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. The time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
On second down, it's Etienne. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in the pocket for a later occasion.
First down throw here from Richardson. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Gets everything he has under this throw. He's got it inside the 25. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality.
Oh, they got it. Intercepted along the goal line. And the Saints are going to have it after his second interception of the season.
Not a lot of one-play swings bigger than that one right there. That throw looked destined for 6, and instead, well, it gets intercepted by the defense. The only way to get bigger is if he somehow returned it 100-plus yards for 6 the other way. But what a gigantic swing of emotion.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag. There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards. Offense to the line for second down. They'll run here following the penalty. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. A gain of 5, and that brings us to the 2-minute warning.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on 3rd down. The Saints calling for a timeout, so they're first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Not a good spot to punt from. They really want to convert here on 3rd. He's going to throw this one. He fires one deep down the left sideline. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing fourth down. They're out now, ready to punt it. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. Officially a 55-yard launch. And the Jaguars working with a short field as they take over. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Trying to shake off the interception, he's looking to throw. Finds a seam down the middle. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that.
And the defender comes away with it. Paulson and Devo's got it.
Red zone defense. It is a part of the practice week at least twice, Thursdays, Fridays, even tuning it up on Saturdays, because it's all about protecting in the red zone. And not only protecting points, but taking the ball away. That is a gold star effort by the defense.
And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
At the 20-yard line.
A quick throw completed out to the left. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line.
Hey, Big Daddy, where you going? Call me Flo Millie, I be flowing, yeah. Skinny, thick pockets on some ones. I be really rapping, I be damn. Michael Jackson, I'm the baddest, Around he might go get it tatted, yeah. Say the magic, what? Pretty little thing getting ratchet, yeah. Told me that I couldn't, oops, I did it again. I don't like you, I don't wanna pretend. If he ain't spending money, I just go with a friend. If you can give me dollars, give me pound, give me in. Purple, black, made back, yeah, that's me. That ain't free. Ain't dead to me, R.I.P. That yo, she ain't me. Tell me what you want from me. Tell me what you want from me. Tell me what you want from me. Man, what these want from me? If I wanna test me, I ace it. I don't wait for nobody, I'm impatient. Trip off who? I'm on vacation. I pop when I do it, I'm flagrant. Never is out bake. Please don't compare me to that's basic. The money only thing I'm chasing. Body snatch, you know I'm Debbie Cakin. Men like to talk it, I hate it. Ain't hindered, I erase it. New money, many outdated. If he say he don't love me, that's hatred. Call me Miss, pull up in the latest. Double R truck, backseat, too spacious. Cartier braces, make faces. 5,500 when I pay for my laces. Tell me what you want from me. Tell me what you want from me. Tell me what you want from me. Man, what these want from me? Tell me what you want from me. Tell me what you want from me. Tell me what you want from me. Man, what these want from me?
Yeah, you better pat me down and pray for peace before you let us in. My jettison is full of carnivores and lettucemen. You pushing positive, then we can be the best of friends. We drink the fire from the fountain and excellence. Open sores, open doors like a Trojan horse. No remorse, I make lore fact like college course. Making seconds to records, the textures you could never touch the circle I roll and you overstepped your effort. I'm the shepherd and leopards, I'll pull you back together. You fall apart, I'll build it back but better. I'm a scoundrel with my pen works adventures. My punchlines are too raw for glass jars and dentures. You think you've seen madness? Well, I am the center. I'm only happy in the summer. The
mistake, my mistake. It's damn namaste, namaste. And Dalai Lama, cause I'm searching for better days. Tijuana, I'm cutting through this with my switchblades to katanas, cause I've learned something from years ahead hunting. If I got something to say, then I'ma say something. The glutton for all these beatings and fighting for what I'm loving. If the whole world's throwing out sparks, I keep on trucking, yeah. I ain't got time for y'all to get your heads right. I'll find some rope and you can go and hang.